You were kind of a teammate with Mike Vrabel, and then you played him 5 times as a head coach in Tennessee. What do you think of what he runs there defensively, and what challenge?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a tough, disciplined, physical defense that's going to try to, make you earn everything. He's going to, disguise and do things that is kind of out of the ordinary. He's going to make you think on the run, and he's just going to he's going to test you, throughout the whole game. So, the time, I played with him, he was a coach at the time. My first 2 years in Houston, it was awesome to, be able to learn and see what he did, and then playing against him while he was at Tennessee when I was in Houston was actually, some good battles. So it'd be fun to, go against his defense again.
Hey, Deshaun, you said after the game that you got to play better. I know you wanted some passes back or whatever. What have you identified as maybe the biggest issue for you through 2 games?
For myself, it's just being on the same page with everybody else. And that's just going with the, protection-wise to the coverage-wise to what, we're thinking about with Kevin, if it's going to be a 4-down situation, if it's a 3rd-down situation, if I need to take the shots, if I don't need to take the shots, and things like that. So just being able to just continue to grow and learn, and that's the biggest thing for me. And that's the part of this game. It's the NFL. Every week is different. Every week is a new challenge, and you have to continue to grow and continue to get better.
As you've gone on in your career, have you gotten better at putting those games behind you, or do you try to process them all during the week as you're getting ready for the next one?
No, always. Once that next day is up, after the 24 hours, that rule, after the off day, I think it's Tuesdays, and then it's on to the next opponent. We can't dwell or focus on that, especially early on in the season. And it's a long year, 15 more games to go, and you just take the bullets that come with it, and you grow from it, and you just move forward.
Why is getting on the same page such an issue?
Well, what?
Getting on the same page such an issue.
Well, you got to think. We had some injuries, so, we had a rookie tackle that came in, so we got to change up a little bit of the protection-wise. Nick went out early on, so, some young running backs that got to come in protection-wise. And then some of the receivers, Coop, he was a guy that came along during camp. He didn't get too many reps. Elijah is new to the system with live bullets, so we didn't get too many live bullets in real games. You can't sit here and say, practice is going to be exactly the games. It's 2 different speeds and 2 different things that's, adjustable. Practice is usually, this is what we're working on, this is what we're trying to get better. But in the game, you got to be able to adjust on the fly. So, all those things match up together. But, we're coming along, and, sooner or later it's going to click.
Mechanically, how do you think you're playing mechanically?
From what me and Kevin and AVP been talking about, it's been pretty solid. From what the grades that really matter is from what the coaches and what they want me to do in the system, and that's what I've been doing. So
your footwork and everything is what you want it to be?
Yeah, it's what I want it to be. It's what Kevin and AVP wanted me to do, and like I said, it's not always perfect, but from what they see it on the film, game tape, and what they, their notes and their grades from what happened the first 2 games, it's been, pretty good.
Are you usually able to block out the noise outside and all the stuff going on social media and all the criticism that you're taking, or do you get yourself sort of sometimes involved in that? If so, does it impact you in any way?
No, man, it doesn't impact me. I don't get into any of the social media stuff. So, my main job is here to play football and to be the best teammate and do what I can do to help this team win.
Deshaun, you want to follow up?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so are you kind of oblivious to, just some of the criticism out there that's kind of swirling?
I mean, I see it, I hear it. I mean, it's impossible not to see it unless I just turn off my phone completely, turn off the TV completely. But, it comes with the territory. It comes with the status and the standard that people hold me to. So, I don't look at it as anything bad. I don't look at it as anything personal. It's part of the game. It's part of my level, and it's part of, I look at it as, hey, people hold me to the standard. So I have to, make sure I play to that standard. And if I'm not, then I have to continue to find ways to get better. So, I don't take it personal. I don't get in my feelings about it. It's just, continue to just keep growing and keep learning and keep working each and every day.
During the broadcast of the game, they showed you in pregame sitting on the bench next to a person they identified as a visualization coach. Can you explain what's going on there?
Yeah, me and Doc, Am I allowed to say his name? Yeah, Dr. Pandya. Yeah, we've been talking since I got traded here last year. You know, he's a visual coach, a player coach, you know, a therapist for just the mind, the mental state of just not just the game, but life in general, and just being able to try to focus, narrow your focus as much as possible. So we've been working and trying different things to make sure that I'm staying locked in on, you know, blocking out, you know, the good, the bad, just staying focused on my task and my job. And, you know, it's been helping, and he's been a great help for not just me, but everyone in this organization and this locker room. So it's he's been good to be able to have that. I've never had that before, so I'm still learning and growing from him.
Is that a pregame ritual now for you?
I mean, this is our second or third time actually doing it. So, you know, we're seeing how it goes and seeing how it flows, and we're taking our time. You know, there's things that we got to adjust to, but it's definitely something that, you know, if it's going to help me, I definitely want to continue to do it.
Deshaun, your completion percentage in Houston was so high, and it hasn't been, you know, in your 8 starts. Why do you think that is?
Well, actually, it was going back at it, you know, early on in the seasons. If you look at 19 and 20 and 18, it wasn't as high until early on. The first 2 or 3 games, it was definitely low. We're still finding our rhythm, and then that's where we picked it up, especially in 20. 18, we started 0-4, won 10 straight. 19, I think we went 1-1. Week 1, I think it was New Orleans. That was a decent game. We lost that one. Went to Jacksonville. It wasn't a good game, and then that's when it kind of started rolling. And then 20 was very similar. I think we started 0-4 also, and then we start picking up things like that too. But yeah, I mean, it's just getting comfortable with this system. It's a totally different system. Just finding ways to, you know, get back on track when things are not going our way. You know, learning Kevin, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run the ball. We're going to be quick game. Are we going to get it empty? Are we going to do a little bit, you know, zone read, keepers? What are we going to do to get back on track and things like that? So, you know, just being able to do that. You know, the other night, you know, the first play was, you know, tip ball and pick 6, and then I think the next 5 plays were completions, you know, and then it just kind of trickled there, and then it was like a little lull in the middle of the game where we kind of went, I think, 6 straight or something like that with incompletions. They did a good job on defense of covering the spots, and then we picked back up those completions. So, yeah, it's part of the game, and you just pick up the pieces and you watch the tape and see which ways where you can keep getting those completions, but that's pretty much it.
Deshaun, you only played like 5 series in the preseason. How much, when you talk about, you know, the early struggles, completion, getting on the same page, how much, you know, is it that, you know, you guys don't have a lot of reps at game speed that, you know, you're getting adjusted to?
I mean, I can sit here and say that it's a lot, but I'm not going to sit up here and tell you guys that's the reason why. You know, it's just, you know, part of the game and how the game flows. So I'm not going to use preseason as an excuse to sit up here and say that, yeah, we got to continue to find our rhythm and things like that. I'm not going to make no excuses for myself or anybody. You know, we got to, you know, make sure we start fast and play better and get those completions and that time in the rhythm. And we got to be able to adjust. So, man, that's the biggest thing. And just keep going and keep grinding and keep working hard for it.
Sean, I know obviously you can't replace Nick Chubb, but what have you seen from Jerome and just your confidence in him that he can add to this running game?
I mean, I think Jerome is very confident. I think he's very smart. He's picked up the system and the protection-wise, especially on 3rd down, very well. And he knows exactly what, you know, we want for that running back position. And then, you know, bringing back Kareem is going to be helpful. He was there last year with him. So, but Jerome has been a guy that he's been watching Nick not from a distance, right behind him. I mean, everything Nick do, he try to simulate and do it in his own way. And I think that's been very, very helpful for him. And, you know, he's going to be a big part for this offense.
What do you think that Kareem is going to bring to you guys, not only in terms of just like another weapon for you out of the backfield, but from a morale boost and just he's like energetic on the sidelines and kind of helping you keep guys up?
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the spot. Is the energy, the aura he just oozes out for this team and this organization. And I think he's excited to be back on the field. He's excited to be back in this locker room. He's excited to be in front of his home crowd. So, you know, I think he's, you know, looking forward to that. You know, I think the biggest thing for him is just to come in and, you know, just be Kareem. And that's all we ask him to do. Nothing special, nothing, you know, trying to make up for space for Chubb or anything like that, because that's a big void to try to make up. Just be you and let everything flow together.
Deshaun, you played this team a lot over your career. That defensive line, how, what makes it special?
I mean, excuse me, just the movement. I mean, starting up front with Simmons. I mean, he's a all-pro player. And then you got, you got Key and got all those Autry and all those other guys. It's Howard. I'm not saying it right. Excuse me if I'm Landry. 58. I mean, he's another guy. I mean, all those guys are just disruptive and very fast, very active. Understands what Vrabel is asking him to do, and you got to respect them. And it's definitely going to be a good challenge for us. And we're excited to compete with them. And you got to give them credit for what they've been doing.
Sean, tough week with losing to the Steelers, and then obviously losing Chuck for the year. As a captain of this team, how do you kind of boost the guys up? How do you recover from something like this and get the morale back?
I mean, you can't cover from an injury like that with Nick. I mean, that's tough. All we can do is just, continue to just try to move forward, and that person got to step up. But that's always going to be in the back of our heads and our minds, the things that, if Chubb was here and the things that he would say and the work ethic that he would put in. So, you can't replace that, but at the same time, this is the NFL. You got to continue to move forward, and the next person with the opportunity got to step up. And I think we're going to bounce back from that.
You cited those bounce backs from earlier in your career. Does that help you maintain your confidence and give you optimism that for the rest of the season?
I'm always have confidence. I mean, that's just the person I am. And then having the teammates in this locker room just telling me every day who the player I am, and just boosting my confidence too as I boost theirs, and we just in it together. So that me losing confidence is not something that I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to work and continue to compete, and just try to get better as best as I can.
Deshaun, Minka Fitzpatrick is taking a lot of heat for that hit on Nick Chubb. If you saw it, I mean, what can you say about that hit? Did you think it was an okay?
I mean, I was live there. I didn't want to watch it. Even when we watched the tape, we didn't even watch the play. So I can't speak on what happened exactly. I was on the opposite side, and I didn't even know Nick was hurt until I jogged back over and I seen him on the ground. So, I'm not even sure about that, honestly.
Did everybody turn their head and show that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And like I said, as quarterbacks, when we watched the tape, we knew the play, and we just skipped it. We didn't even want to watch it.